A self-taught developer, back at it again. Take 3 of this video. My word. Sheesh. I got a little too excited. Started explaining the code, what I was doing, what I learned. And I was like, you know what? The best thing that I can do right now, the best thing that I can do right now is to just chill with that action and get straight to the point. So, with that being said, I noticed, right, that the past couple of days I've been mixing the wellness series and the self-taught developer series. I've come to the conclusion that it's probably best not to do that. The best way forward would be to get a little more in depth with each series individually, so that I can account for it and make sure that things are going smooth. Alright, cool. So how was today? Today was good. Touched some discrete math. Learned about existential universal statements. Universal existential statements. That's been good. There's some couple of exercises that I'm gonna do at the end, and I'm like, alright, cool. One of the most important things that I learned about variables came from that book. In terms of it being a placeholder, just also in terms of noticing how variables are named. And yeah, just seeing the links in computers. Well, let me just say in programming. So with that being said, I'm definitely going to continue with this book. Cool. That is discrete math. Barely did a lot, honestly. Just went through the exercise that I've done, saw what is coming up next, and I'm excited for sets. I wonder how that's going to work and what's the relevance in discrete maths and sets. And I guess there should be a correlation. It's cool. In terms of the self-taught developer series, when it comes to Freecodecamp, I'm chilling. I'm just chilling when it comes to the Odin Project until I'm done with the basic algorithms. Yeah. At Freecodecamp. Yeah. Like, I worked on this problem, right, that I felt like I couldn't work on yesterday, and I noticed that, when my will is done, right, and I've worked on a couple of problems, it's best that I'm kind to myself and I chill and I really just aim to give each problem my all and really take the time. Because I noticed with this problem, right, this algorithm where we're supposed to find the longest word within a string. So with that being said, I noticed that, hey, okay, I am blank right now. I've got my suspicions of how to work it out. Tried my suspicions. I knew that there was going to be an array in there, but I didn't even know how to count it. It was just a whole big problems. So you know what? I got the answer, cut the time, read the answer, and I was like, okay, does this make sense? Can I explain it? And then, yeah, I just went through each sentence. Let me just say each line of code, commenting on what I think it does. And once I felt like, okay, I have an understanding, I was like, okay, it's time to rewrite this. Not really from memory, but from understanding, and see where is it that my understanding is lacking. Down to each letter, because I noticed that in this for loop, I lacked some sort of understanding in terms of how the loop is going to work, because per se, this specific variable, right, that is linked to this array, this variable that was assigned to this array, right, and was spliced. No, not spliced, sorry. And was sliced in order to find out each individual word from a string had become, let me just say, was in this for loop. And it was assigned a number with the dot length method. So that was like mind-blowing to me. And just seeing how, per se, you can just switch the data types by these certain methods, and you can just reassign one variable to another in order to actually find what it is that you're looking for. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So definitely, problem solving was very fundamental in this, and sub problem solving, just finding out the problem just a little deeper and a little deeper, you know? And I guess it's actually worth just solving one problem instead of just rushing through, blazing through all the problems that I have. Because I understand that cool, when it comes to learning all this other stuff, it's cool. But now that we're dealing with algorithms, it kind of brings everything together. Because now the problem is a function. Here's the exercise, here's the function. Finish the function. And I'm just there like, just start off with an idea. It's cool, it's aight. I try and solve it, I fail. I get the answer, I see where were my suspicions right. Cool, I anticipated there was a loop. Cool. I anticipated there was an if statement, or I didn't. Cool. And then I'm like, okay, sure, grand. Then I learn all these other little tricks, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's what's up. So it's been very monumental in terms of learning that. So aim of the game is to just comment on each line and see, cool, how does this work? And also getting a better understanding of how things, the format of coding in terms of the if statements, the for loops, which one holds which one where, and just seeing how the parameters work and how the blocks of code work within the curly braces has been interesting. I wonder how it's going to be like when it comes to the intermediate algorithms, but definitely I'm developing a love for algorithms and seeing the application of all of this. I really honor my journey in terms of that, where it's like, I've gotten to a certain level of knowing that, this is where my problem is. Let me just say, I'm at the point in time where things are starting to open up and make sense. And I can't wait for the point in time when it's like, okay, cool, let's really try and flex these muscles, and write the type of code where it looks like, oh, I don't even know what's being written here. There's like some Morse code or pseudocode. So if I were to sum up today in one sentence, bare minimal work done, but definitely qualitative in terms of taking my time with the problems. I was trying to do the next one, but then I was like, yo, my will is done for the day. It's done. I probably could have churned 2 to 3 problems, throughout the day, but I got lost in the sauce, and I was like, you know what? I accepted. As long as I continue being consistent, this is okay. But by January, definitely, I need to be a front-end developer. Then by June, at least I know, full stack developer. So I'm still being patient with myself, but that's been the day. Thank you very much for paying attention. If you have any questions or whatever, hit me up. Swag.